Restaurant Secret Recipes are brought to you by the Pat Whitley Restaurant Program, Sunday mornings from 10 to 1 on AM 680 WRKO Boston. We let you be the food critic. And by Pat's Cruises at patscruises.com.
Hello, my name is Sean Demers. I'm the executive chef of Keon's 105 Bistro in downtown Haverhill, Massachusetts. Today we'll be preparing a pan-seared swordfish with a ginger coconut rice and a grilled pineapple chutney. I hope everybody enjoys. Now for the grilled pineapple chutney, we're going to start with 2 pineapples. What you want to do is you're going to remove the tops and bottoms. You can just discard those. We don't really have further use for them. And then what you want to do, you don't have to be too fancy about it. Just take your knife. After you get these all cleaned up, what you want to do is we're just going to slice nice rings out of them. Doesn't really need to be a consistent size or anything. I usually go about 1/4 to 1/2 inch just so they grill up a little quicker. Is you're just going to hit them with a little salt and pepper, a little bit of oil, and they're going to go on the stove. And all you're really looking to do in this step is just get some nice grill marks on them, a little bit of that char flavor, so that it doesn't get lost in the chutney. The next step in our dish now is we're going to assemble our grilled pineapple chutney. Our pineapples are grilled off. Now what we want to do is just come and cube them up. Now running through the middle of every pineapple, like most fruits and vegetables, there's a core. It's very hard. You really don't want that in there, so you just kind of want to cut around it. You'll be able to see it in the middle of there. Little core of the pineapple, you don't want that involved. And then you're just going to go through, rough chop your pineapple. Again, nothing fancy, crazy. Now, chutneys actually started in India and more in the Asian continents. They vary from spicy to sweet, depending on what you want. They can be very savory, very spicy, very sweet. They can be done with dried fruits, fresh fruits. Anything you really want to simmer for a while and add some different spices and seasonings to. I'm a big fan of them. I think they add great components to dishes. They add a lot of flavor depth to a dish, different flavor profiles. Alright, we're going to start assembling our chutney now. Now this pot has a stainless steel bottom. Now what's nice about that, especially for making chutneys, is it distributes your heat more evenly. And you will usually have a lot of sugars and sweet things in your chutneys that will burn very easily. So it's nice to have something that's going to distribute your heat evenly. So now into this pot, we're going to add our grilled pineapples. There are several different components going into this chutney. For spices, here we have paprika, cumin, turmeric, cayenne pepper, allspice. We have about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of each of these. And we're going to add them into our pot with our pineapples. Along with about 2 cups brown sugar. This is light brown sugar. You could use dark brown if that's what you have. Wouldn't make that much of a difference. We're also going to add to this some vinegars. We have cider vinegar, champagne vinegar, and red wine vinegar. Doing 1/4 cup of each. And also, into this is going to go about 1 cup of honey. The honey is just there to add some sweetness to it. You don't really need to measure it. You can adjust that later when the chutney's all done. Not going to hurt it at all. Also, to this, we're going to add about 2 cups of golden raisins. If you can't find golden raisins, you could probably use normal ones. Wouldn't hurt. Golden raisins are a little sweeter, though. I recommend those. And again, we have all our ingredients combined in our stainless steel bottom pot. We're just giving it a quick stir to get all the ingredients mellowed together, everything blended in. And it's on very, very low heat. This is going to go for anywhere from 2 to 3 hours until it's nice and tight. And when it's all finished up and blended together, this is going to be what you're looking at. Alright, the next step in our dish is now our coconut ginger rice. This is fresh ginger. You can find it in most markets now. What I have over here is some shredded coconut in about 2 cups, 1.5 cups. If you want to buy the coconuts yourselves, break them up and shred them, that's fine. I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend just buying the shredded coconut yourself. Well, it's going to make your life a lot easier. First, we just want to peel our ginger. Now we just want to shred our ginger. Again, watching your fingers, keeping them a safe distance away from what you're using to shred. Alright, now we have our grated ginger. We're looking at about 2 tablespoons here, which is fine for what we're making. So into a medium sauce pot you have at home, you're going to add your ginger. Into this is going to go, we have about 2.5 cups of jasmine rice here. I like jasmine rice. It's very aromatic. It has its own flavors, and it goes well with the ginger and coconut. It goes well with most other aromatics. So into that is going to go. On top of that, we're going to add our shredded coconut. And I have about 2 cups of water. How I like to cook rice, I've been told many different measurements, is the best way you know your rice is going to cook all the way through is when you have it in the pot with the water should come up to the knuckle, your first knuckle of your finger. And that's the best way I've ever found to cook rice. And this is going to go on the stove. You go on high heat until it comes to a boil. After it comes to a boil, we're just going to cover the rice, and we'll go from there. Alright, today we have selected for our fish, swordfish. Now this particular swordfish here we've already had marinating in the restaurant. What we do is we marinate it in a little lemon zest and oil. But when picking swordfish, you don't want it, if you're in the market, your swordfish is a pale white, you want to stay away from it. It's already had a few days on it. You're not going to get much more out of it. That or it's already been frozen and thawed. Really, really fresh swordfish will have almost a yellowish tint to it when you're looking at it in the window. That's the stuff you want to get. And the method of preparing the swordfish we've chosen today is pan searing. Now pan searing, doing this at home, you're going to want to have your fans on, have some windows open, you're going to create a little bit of smoke. You want to make sure you have a pan that's resistant to oven heat for up to at least 450 degrees. So we've been heating for a few minutes here, we get some whiffs of smoke going. I'm going to add our oil, and you start seeing little whips of smoke coming off of that. It's time to sear. Now, when placing your fish in, I know it sounds weird, but you want to tilt it towards you, the pan. Roll your fish across the pan. This is going to take about 3-4 minutes on each side, or what you can do is sear it for about 3 minutes on one side, flip it, into your 450 degree oven it goes for about another 4 to 5 minutes. We'll show you guys how we would plate this up here at Keon's. Now, on platings we like to do fun things, different garnish oils, ring molds. So how I always start this plate is I just take a simple ring mold in the middle of my plate. Into this goes my ginger coconut rice. Lift the ring. On top of this goes our swordfish. And then we're going to take our chutney. And how I like to do it, I like to kind of come corner to corner across the fish. Some fresh chives. Then this is a garnish oil. This is just turmeric oil. And there it is. Keon's 105 Bistro, pan-seared swordfish over a ginger coconut rice with a grilled pineapple chutney. I hope everybody enjoys.